Let's talk about our 7-touch follow-up system and how, most companies don't give you the opportunity to do any follow-up. If you don't show up and sell, boom, it's on the rehash and you lost out. Sorry, tough luck, Buttercup, right? As the small company that we are, we like that. And we think it's important that you get the opportunity to follow up. I think it's important for the customer to know that we're not just like this big fancy sales company, right?
Yep.
And having the same person follow up is important to them. I think it helps build rapport and all of that. So let's talk about what we do.
Right? Yeah, and let me say what this video is not, because you might think, oh, they're gonna tell me to send a text, and they're gonna tell me to call them on the phone, and then they're gonna tell me to send an email.
Right.
That's not this. In addition to that type of follow-up,
yes,
this is actually a 7-step, a 7-touch follow-up system that can work in parallel with every other piece of follow-up that you're doing. Right. Even in the future, if we start sending out little, direct mail pieces and gifts in the mail in order to follow up, whatever it is, all of that, we want to test those things as well. But this is a 7-touch follow-up system that actually pushes towards the sale.
Yes.
And it's the concept of each one of these steps works really well, and it helps you close deals that didn't close today. Because first we're trying to close today because we don't want to chase.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, if they're still thinking about it, then the first one is the day after.
That's right.
This, of course, is at least a call and a text, but it could also include another visit to their house. So the next day, if you're not following up in some way,
right?
And the best would be hey, if you can visit them again tomorrow, knock on their door tomorrow,
right,
and have a chat with them. That's gonna be a lot longer of a conversation and a bigger chance to get the signed deal.
That's right.
Than a text, right? So that's 2 ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. But if you're willing to be that uncomfortable, guess what? You're gonna get a lot more deals.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's it's this guy again.
That's right.
Well, yeah, we did talk about it. Yeah, okay, let's do it. And then you fill out the paperwork right there. You got the check.
Yeah.
Right there.
Or hey, I was just helping one of the neighbors down the street. He was in the area, and we had good conversations yesterday, so I just wanted to stop by and poke my head in. And I know you guys wanted to think about it a little bit. And now we're at 24 hours since then. Was that enough time to think about it? And they're always going to say no. Well, I'm here again. What are you guys still thinking about? We solved all the problems.
Yep.
I think we got the budget, right? Well, yeah, we just want to get some more estimates. Oh,
now I know what they're thinking. You're thinking, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
That's uncomfortable. Remember the videos where we talked about becoming a bigger who and becoming an independently wealthy salesperson?
Right.
I promise you, the independently wealthy salespeople, they jump at the chance to, I'm going to be in the area. Well, I'll just knock on their door again. That's way better than a text or phone call. And what do the sales reps with a broke mindset or a poor mindset, even worse, what do? They
Nothing.
say, well, boss, I did send them a text.
Right.
That doesn't count.
Right.
And nobody see how many texts. It just doesn't count. That's wow, you typed some words and you hit
And if you actually built rapport with them, why are you afraid to stop and talk to them again?
Yeah. Yeah. But so and then
it's actually more awkward to stop and talk after they've ignored you 16 times because then it's
because you just sent a bunch of texts or an email.
Right.
I sent them an email.
Yeah. But one of my favorite, if I'm getting left on red or whatever, is hey, did I do something wrong? Was that all just fake? Were you guys just being nice to me because I was in your house? I thought we were friends. And sometimes that'll get a response. More times than not, right? You can get a response out of that. But if you just show up, hey, yeah, and we became friends last night. So I'm just stopping by for my nightly beer. Right?
There you go.
Let's go. All right. So that's the day after. All right.
Yep.
Make a contact. All right. And hound them. Right. Don't just let it go, unresponded to. That's not cool.
Yep.
Right. So day 2 or next one is
not necessarily day 2. It could be a few days later.
Right.
Is you want to have a chance to do a deadline offer. And so the way this goes, if you are phoning it in and they haven't answered, you say, hey, I was talking to my boss or my sales manager or the owner, and we've got a special offer for you. Okay, something I think you're really gonna like, something you'll be interested in. Give me a call back. Okay, this was a hook.
Right.
Now, if they call you back, you got them.
That's right.
You got them. More than likely, like if they are actually interested and they are thinking about it and they want to go with you, and you say, I've got a special deal that I worked out with the boss. They want to hear what the deal is.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And so you're going to give them a deadline offer. And so like, you might play phone tag a little bit, or maybe you show up at their door again to present this special offer. Even better, right? Maybe you show up to their door with a $25 gift card to Applebee's because you had a conversation and you learned that the husband and wife their first date was at Applebee's, and so you're like over delivering. You're like, hey, I brought you guys a gift because I remember that story you told me about Applebee's. So I got you this gift, and good news, I talked to the boss, and here's the special offer.
Right.
Those special offers, that deadline offer, it will probably look very similar to any same day offer that you gave that has already expired, right? That deadline offer might look very similar to it, just slightly adjusted.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit better.
Probably, yeah, maybe.
Depending on what you discussed with your
But it's putting a deadline, right? The deadline is pivotal.
Yeah.
If
it's
you're
a
not
48-hour offer,
Right.
it's a 3-day offer, like by Friday, by Tuesday, whatever it is, you have to put a deadline on it.
Yep. Yeah, because otherwise there's like no incentive for it. There's got to be a deadline. I honestly, I'm a fan of like same day deadlines. Yeah. I think that the more time people have to think about things, the less apt they are to buy, period. Right? People will avoid making a decision versus making a yes or no decision. Right? They will just avoid it like the plague. All right.
But as long as we have a deadline, then that's the most important thing. Like you can test things and what you're comfortable with. And then of course you can try to close them right there.
That's right.
And then touch point number 3 is the day before that deadline. So if the deadline was, hey, you get this special $400 off or this special gift or whatever it is, let's say the deadline was Tuesday, then you're going to contact them on Monday and remind them, hey, the deadline's tomorrow for that special offer, $400 off for this, $5,000 job, whatever it is, right? And remind them and try to close once again, okay?
Right.
That can be worst case scenario, text, email, but definitely at least a phone call. Best case scenario, knocking on their door again. If you're in the area, go ahead and chat with them. The more FaceTime you have with a customer, the higher your close rate.
Right.
Unless you have a really ugly face like mine. So.
There you go. That's right. That's right. And then you have the day of the deadline.
Yeah.
Right? Making sure, hey, I want to make sure you get this. All right. I know you need this. Yeah. I know you need this. You know you're going to get this fixed. Why not take advantage of these bonuses?
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
Just boom, blunt to the point. Because realistically, if you're not getting the deal at this point, you're probably not going to get the deal as a sales rep, right? Yeah. There's a slim chance, all right?
Yeah.
If you're not getting the deal at this point, there's a very slim chance. So why not shoot your shot? Why not be a little bit more pushy, a little bit more edgy than you normally get, all right? Because it's basically a Hail Mary.
Yeah, basically you're pushing for no at this point.
Right.
So this is our fourth touch point, and we're basically going for no.
Yes.
Please tell me no. This is my best offer that I've offered you so far. Please tell me no if it's a no, or freaking sign the contract. You don't use those words.
That's right.
But that's the concept here, because we do not have time as sales reps to chase all the time, and so we want to be setting these deadlines so that we can deadline somebody with a special offer and then move on.
That's it.
But we still have 3 more touch points that you should, if they do decide on Tuesday that they still need to think about it more, maybe they didn't tell you no. If they told you no, move on. You don't need to do the rest of the touch points. It can be saved for rehash months from now.
Yeah.
But if they're still in the think about it phase, no, we really still need to think about it. And
that's right.
What the heck? This sucks, right? then let it go cold for a couple weeks. Maybe
Right.
only a week, but a couple weeks. And then you're gonna basically repeat what you just did with the deadline offer, and you're gonna be doing your own rehash. 2 weeks from now, you're gonna call up and or knock on their door, and you're gonna figure out if they're ready to move forward.
Right.
That's a chance to close, right? And then after that, your last two touch points, 6 and 7, is gonna be a rehash special offer,
Yep.
and then also once again with a deadline.
That's it.
And that's what you got.
it.
And so, as you can see here, we didn't say, well, step 1 is to send a text, and step 2 is to
Right.
send an
None
email.
of that.
Yeah.
Like
This is-
that's expected. That's bare
Yeah.
minimum. If I call and you don't answer, I'm sending a text. I'm sending an email. I might even show up at your house.
Yeah.
All right. But then I'm gonna do it all again that same day. All right. Just because it's the day after and you reach out once does not mean, okay, check the box, it's done. No. Call them back. If you don't hear back from them, call them again.
Yeah. We've
That's
had
your
sales
job.
reps that were fired because their follow-up consisted of one text over a 3-week period.
Hey, are you done thinking about it yet? No. Hey, have you thought about it more? Are you guys ready? No.
At that point,
Okay.
I'm not buying from you either, because like
No, 'cause
you're not even
Weak.
trying.
Yeah, you're weak.
You're not even trying. If you sent me
right.
one text over 3 weeks, when you met with me for 3 hours, then you sent me one text. That's
right.
your follow up.
I think John Newman, he just bought because I pursued him nonstop.
I mean,
He's
it was at
constantly
least
calling
5
him, scheduling calls, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We quoted that.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks, I stayed on this guy. New construction, $27,000 or $26,000 job.
Yep.
All right. And we got it. Right. And you want to
Stack
know what?
that
He
money.
said, apparently nobody else is interested in my project. Interesting how that
Exactly.
works out, right? Because I set the bar so damn high. He got 2 or 3 other estimates, right?
That were
But
cheaper.
That were cheaper. But he couldn't get a hold of them to clarify, ask questions, any of that stuff, right?
Some people just hate money.
That's right.
But not you.
That's right.
And that's why we have this 7 touch follow up system.
There you go.
So.
Win bigly with it. See y'all.
Later.